Hi guys and welcome. Have you ever thought about sewing somebody a present? That's exactly what I'm going to be doing in the video that I'm going to be doing today. I'm actually making my eldest daughter's boyfriend a birthday present, and it's with some Marvel Spider-Man fabric. We saw it on holiday and my daughter said, "Mum, he loves Spider-Man. Will you make him some shorts up in him?" So the video is going to be on making some shorts, but I have also made him a mask and I've covered 2 buttons so that if he wants to, on one of his shirts, take some buttons off and put these buttons on, they'll look rather cool. So let's get started with the video. These are the shorts that I'm going to be taking the pattern off, but I'm going to be making them longer and I'm going to be putting pockets in them. And on the waist, I'm going to be putting elastic waist in them, but I'm also going to be putting a drawstring in so that it's got an option that hopefully they will fit in perfect. So I'm going to start by turning these inside out, like so. So that is the pattern for the shorts. Okay, so I'm going to put these lay that down, and what I need to do is on the top here where I've got the waist, what I need to do is I need to stretch that out to see how wide that's going to be coming. So it's going to come to here, so I just need to chalk that so that I know that's where it's going to go, and then I'm just going to start by fetching that round and fetching it up, and then I've got my curve there for the crutch. She wants the leg to be quite a decent length, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, let's have a look at that. In fact, I've got room. I'm going to do it to 14. I just want it to be longer than too short, and then I'm literally going to fetch this straight across. So I'm going to follow the pattern where Spider-Man's hands here. I'm going to follow that and bring it across, like so. I'm just going to cut this across. Right, so on this, what I need to do is I'm going to cut it up the side, because like I said, I'm going to put pockets in them. So I need that to be 2 pieces. Okay, right, so let me get this piece here, and I'm flipping the fabric over because it needs to be, I need to be cutting it out the opposite now. So that needs to be there. And what I'm going to, oh, sorry, don't need to be there, it needs to be that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Spider-Man's hands, I'm going to match that up at the bottom, so then they're pattern matched, like so. And then I'm going to cut again straight down the side. Okay, so that's the shorts cut. On here at the bottom, I'm going to cut this across, and it's going to be the waistband. So the waist, just get that. So I found some blue fabric that I'm going to make the pockets with. So I'm literally going to start, I'm going to fold this over, like so. I'm going to make a nice deep pockets. And then what I need to do, I'm going to put my hand down on the pocket, and I'm literally going to start here. Literally just draw around that, and that will give me my pocket. I'm going to make that a bit wider than what I've drawn it there. And I'm just going to cut up here. And I'm going to fold the other side over. Shut this side, so get rid of them. I've got my 2 pockets. Now what I'm going to do on the waist, and this is going to be on the front. Like I said, I'm going to put some elastic in it, but I'm also going to put a tie, so it's a pull that if it needs to pull it tighter, it can do. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure that, because this is obviously I'm going to have this as the front. I'm measuring it, so this will be the middle, the centre of his stomach. And I'm just going to get my chalk, and I'm going to put a line down the centre. So that is telling me that that line there is the centre, and then I'm going to measure 1.5 inch from each side, and I'm going to be putting a buttonhole for the ties to go through. So you can see there, hopefully, I've got a mark here and I've got a mark here. That's the centre. This is where I'm going to be putting the buttonholes, but I just need a bit of interfacing. So I've got my interfacing here, and I'm going to cut, I'm going to probably cut two 2-inch pieces, and I'm going to iron them onto the marks that I've just put on the waistband. Right, so I've got 2 pieces here, so I'm just going to go and iron these now on the back of the waistband. It's been an interfaced, ironed the interface on the back of the front of the waistband. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put 2 small buttonholes in the areas that I've marked. I've got my buttonhole foot on. And I don't need these to be very big, they're literally just going to be for me to put the drawstring through. Just bring this forward. Cut that off, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. I'm just going to literally slide it down where I've just done the buttonholes. There you go. And then what that will happen there, I'm not decided whether I'm going to do black or a grey yet, and that is just so that that can come through. You can see there the buttonhole that allows it to come through. First of all, I want to start off by apologising for the camera shutting off halfway through when I was cutting the waistband out. But very simply, I measured it to the same length as what the top of the shorts are going to be, and basically I cut 2 strips out, the front and the back. On the front you saw where I did the buttonholes, and the interfacing was ironed on the back, so that is for the string to go through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to concentrate on getting the waistband done. So this is the bit that I'm going to be doing now. So let me just get the front to the back. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've put the front and back together, and I'm literally just going to start by running down the edge of that. I'm going to use the inside of the foot as my guideline to keep the length going all the way down it. This all together. Right, so what I want to do now at this point is I'm going to stitch and make it a band. And what I'm going to do then is where I've just stitched there, I'm going to get that in half. And I'm going to top stitch around where I've just joined those two pieces of fabric together. And again, I'm just going to use the inside of my foot as a guideline for keeping that together. Just making sure here that it's flat. Cut the excess off here. I'm going to get the elastic and I'm going to make this a loop, and I've got an inch overlap. It's quite a wide elastic, this. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to feed this through the inside, and at the same time what I need to do is, so I've got my drawstring through. So that is there. I'm going to put the elastic behind where that is. I'm going to put the waistband underneath. As I'm coming round, I'm making sure that the elastic is going right up to the stitching that I've literally just done. And then I'm going to stitch this side of the elastic. So I'm not stitching the elastic in, the elastic's just going to be inside the waistband. So it's just a case of making sure the elastic's up, right up to here where the seam is, and then I'm pulling the waistband down flat, and then I'm sewing it off the elastic. So I'm making sure that the cord is on top of the elastic. Okay, so I'm going to get that from under. Let's get that cut off. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually stitch where I've got the buttonhole there. I'm going to stitch just under the buttonhole there. And while I'm doing it, I'm feeling for the tie that I can feel that it's this side. I'm not going to be stitching it in. Feel the tie that is further up. back at the end. Right, now what I'm going to do now, where the top of the buttonhole's in, I'm going to stitch again around it, but just above, and then I'm going to make sure again that the ties are in the middle. So that is the waistband finished, ready to attach to the shorts when they're done. So I'm going to put that to one side for now. So what I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm literally just going to overlock all the way around the shorts and all the way around the pocket so that everything is overlocked, and then I'm literally going to attach them all on my juke by top stitching it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the pocket in place. So this is on the outside seam coming down here, and the pocket, I'm going to drop it. So let's just fetch that to 1.5 inches. It's going to be there, and if you've not got one of these, they're brilliant, treat yourself to one. So I'm just going to put that to that marker there. Like so, and then I'm just going to stitch on the inside of the overlocking. I'm going to get the other side, and again making sure that the waist bit is here. To make sure that this is coming down 1.5 inches. That needs to start there. What I'm going to do now then, I'm going to just top stitch on the inside of the pocket. I'm not coming right up to the edges because obviously I've got to stitch the pockets together. But where that is, that has just been stitched down, so it'll be on the inside of the pocket. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. So actually stitching on the pocket material, not the Spider-Man. that leg, this leg. I'm just going to now stitch this side together. Get the pocket together. Just stitch this together all the way around. And again, I'm just sewing just inside the overlocking. Take that out where the end of the pocket is, and then I'm going to go to the hem side at the bottom of the shorts, put that together. That a good back tack, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the pocket again, so that hopefully there's not going to get any holes in them, because sometimes you do get holes in pockets, don't you? So basically I'm just reinforcing this so it's got 2 rows of stitching. So that is the outside leg finished and complete with the pocket inside it. So I'm just going to do the other leg over there for now, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So I've got the top. When you're actually putting your pocket on, you put it on that it's going down, because if you did it the other way, it'd be coming up. So just make sure that that's facing down if you decide to do a project like this. What I'm going to do now then, I'm going to just run up on the inside of the leg, so it's the opposite seam. I'm going to do a good back tack, get the crotch seam, that's all lined up nice and neat. Get the other leg. So I'm going to do the exact same on the opposite leg. And I always start off at the hem, which is going to be the bottom of the short, so that when I do the hem, those are together. But it is proper marble fabric, so it's absolutely lovely to work with. Right, now at this point what I need to do is I need to turn one leg the right way. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to put this leg inside the other leg. So, and both the inside, so it's these two seams that I'm putting together and lining up that crotch. all lined up. Okay, so I've got the top of the waist there. I'm going to make sure these are together. And at this point I'm going to open the seams on the crotch and make sure that that is lined up. And you can just see that it's falling like a dream. Let me just open that up. Yeah, that's great. And when I get to here, I'm going to actually do a good back tack because it's the crotch area. Just turn that there. I've actually got the shorts, and what I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm just going to turn them the wrong way because I'm going to put the hem on the bottom of the trousers at this point, and I'm going to store on the inside of the leg, so the back tack is on the inside of the leg, and I'm going to fold it over an inch, so the hem's going to be about an inch. Let me just get my gauge. 1 inch, put that under. I'm going to aim to sew it in the middle of the overlocking. So where that is there, where's my, I'm going to put a magnet gauge there, so I'm just going to put that on there and just make sure that it's running up to that all the way around. Again, no need to pin, just keep it all level. There we go. Open the seam on the side. Now there's a bit of overlocking there, so just make sure that that is turned inside your hem. Back tack that. I'm just going to trim them off. And I'm going to turn it the right way, and then I'm going to actually put a double row of stitching on. I'm going to make sure that the stitching is on the outside of the foot on the opposite side to give them the twin needle effect. You can just see there where the twin needle effect is to give you a professional finish, and I'm going to do the exact same on the opposite leg. But it's time to, I'm going to clip the waistband now onto the shorts. So I've got the ties here. So I'm going to put a clip in the bottom there. I'm going to fold that in half. And I'm going to put a clip there. I'm then going to fold those to get me quarters. One there. one there, and then I know where to put these where the seams are. So obviously the ties, that's got to be the front. So I'm going to open that seam, put those together, clip that in place. I'm going to go to the next seam, get the next clip, clip those in place. Let's get to the back, open the seam again, and then I'm going to clip there, and then I'm going to go to the following side seam and the last clip and clip that in place. And then what that's going to give me is I've got the same amount of gather going into each quarter on the short. So I'm going to stitch them on here, and then I'm going to go and overlock them. Needle down, because what that will do is when I stretch this, it'll keep it in position and pulling it away from the machine. And then I'm just going to stitch this down using my fingers to keep the fabric flat. Pulling it. Take the clip out. Needle down so I can stretch it again. Okay, so what I'm going to do now then, so that is it stitched on, that's the waistband stitched on, so I just need now to get it on the overlocker and get that neatened. Neatened and overlocked. I just need to make sure that none of the shorts are being folded under that's going to get caught in or cut off with the blade. So you just need to go underneath and make sure that it's all laying that way. Okay. And this, what my marker is on here for stitching is the stitching that I've just done on the jug. I've got 2 marks on my foot here. I'm just keeping it to the outside marker on there and using that as my guideline for sewing round. Again, just making sure that that's all laying flat. Right, so you can see there that they are all neat and tidy around the edge. So I'm just going to start stitching now. Where the waistband meets the shorts, that seam where they join together, I am just going to start stitching just underneath. So I'm top stitching it, the overlocking down. So while you're doing this, I'm just stretching it out, but I'm pulling the shorts fabric so it's laying flat. And you can see there that they've got nice deep pockets in for him. It's got elastic waist as well as a drawstring for him. And like I said, there was a dream to sew with. The fabric was absolutely lovely to sew with. And then the face mask that I made him is this one. So he's got a spider mask. These are the gorgeous buttons that I was telling you about. So with those, I bought them, and the type that you cover yourself, and then I just looked at the face and thought, oh, they look pretty cute them. So I've got 3 gifts, if you like, that I've made him. So you can see how easy it was to make those up. Basically took the pattern off a pair of shorts that I'd already got in my house. Adding pockets and the waistband was an easy project. I hope you've enjoyed this video once we got on with making the shorts up. So thank you for joining me again, guys. Take care, everybody, and see you soon. Bye for now.